Well, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Let the Truth Be Told. My name is Sean Williams, and I'm here with my dear friend, Hub, better known as Dwayne Burnett. And so, a.k.a. Douglas Center, Dunbar Court. You know, we can go on and on and on.
Sir.
But I thank the Lord for him being in the studio with me this morning. Thank the Lord for UPTV, Jason, Yusuf, taking your time out today just to spend some time being able to tape this television program, going with our Facebook Live. I thank the Lord for everybody that tune in to us every Sunday night and say, Sean, I watch your program every Sunday night. I appreciate it, man. I sure appreciate it. Hopefully we're saying something that will be helpful, impactful, life-changing, man. That's what we want to do. Do a life-changing experience, man, called kingdom building.
Kingdom building.
Kingdom building.
Man, why they want to call you while you live?
I don't know. You know what they want to, I'm highly recommended.
Yes, highly recommended.
I'm highly recommended.
It's hard doing sometimes, but somebody got to do it.
I'm highly recommended.
Let's talk about this subject that we came up with at the shop yesterday. Man, it's so deep.
Man, hey, I thank the Lord for a great program. We finna have a great program.
Yes, sir.
I feel it in my spirit. I feel it in my spirit, man. Hey, look, so as we were at your shop yesterday, we came up with the topic.
Yeah.
You roll out the topic for us today.
The topic today is, if you know anything about the Bible, John the Baptist was baptizing people and he was letting them know he was just a voice crying out in the wilderness. Well, that was in the biblical days.
Yeah.
Now we fast forward to 2018, and you look at all the stuff that's going on all over the world, and people that know God are frustrated and doubting God and changing religions. And it's all because the wilderness is crying out for a voice.
Yeah.
The wilderness.
Yeah.
See, John the Baptist was a voice crying out in the wilderness. But now we've got so me-focused and me and my four and my organization that we're not even worried about the wilderness. And the wilderness is saying, help. The convicted felon has said, help, I need a job. The guy on heroin has said, I need help. People crying out for help. The wilderness is crying out for a voice. Good God Almighty, Sean.
Ain't that something?
And then you had a nerve, I rode with you today, you had a nerve to be playing TD Come on, man, I'm ready.
Hey.
When you move, I move just like that.
Hey, man, you know, it's so amazing, man. This morning when I touched the floor, you know, and shortly after I touched the floor, a good friend of mine called me and said, Sean, my wife died last night. Man, I said, man, brother, it's not a lot of words you can say. You can just be there. Just be there. Man, I got you. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. Because he ain't supposed to worry about nothing. When you got a friend and you call your friend,
yes, sir.
You ain't supposed to worry about nothing. That's a true friend.
Now, let me share this with you because we both in the military.
Yes, sir.
My colonel would put out instructions. And the minute he put out instructions, I tell him, you ain't got to say nothing else. And when I bring it back to him, all he had to do is choose which course of action. Even in Iraq, sir, if we do this, this going to happen. If we do this, this going to happen. This is going to happen. And this is the battle damage. All he had to do is choose. And so when you said, don't tell him, he don't have to worry about nothing, he told you what the situation is. Now, when you go back to him, this is plan A, this is plan B, this is course S and C. That's leadership, Will. That's leadership.
Man.
Shouldn't have to worry about nothing, just choosing.
Man, he going through his wilderness moment. He going through his wilderness moment. You know, not knowing what tomorrow's going to be like, not knowing what the rest of his life will be like without his wife.
Yes, sir.
He got to go through the mourning process. He got to go through the funeral process and all the well wishes and all of these other things. He don't need to worry about nothing but that. Let me take care of the rest. I'm going to take care of everything for him because that's what I do. And whatever you do, old folks used to tell me, be the best at it.
Be the best at it.
I don't care what you do.
Yes, sir.
If it ain't nothing but a garbage man.
Yes, sir. Be the best garbage
Be the best guy. Be rock.
Yes, sir.
Be rock.
Be rock. Yes, sir.
Be rock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't care what it is. We always talk about the young folks getting a job and all this other type of stuff. Man, I see too many people on the job that don't appreciate the job.
Oh, my God.
Don't appreciate the opportunity.
Man, they don't even want to give you a bag no more.
Man, come on.
They used to give you a bag. Now they ask you if you want a bag, hoping you say no.
Ain't that something? Man, hospitality is at an all-time low. It's at an all-time low.
Sir. Yes,
because
sir.
we don't care about each other.
Yes, sir.
We don't care about each other. You know, it used to be a time when you can go next door and say, hey, can I get some sugar? Go next door and tell them we need a little salt over here. Man, you laughing at the folks because they don't got sugar.
That's right. That's right.
You run around telling everybody in the neighborhood, so-and-so asked for some sugar. Ain't that something?
The wilderness is crying out for a voice.
Man, come on.
Who's going to be that voice in this end time?
Man.
Who's going to be that voice?
On, man.
Who's not going to be caught up in the contracts and proposals and the underlay for the overplay? Well, I'll do this if you do this. Who's going to do it with a pure motive and no hidden agendas? Because the wilderness is crying out for a voice.
Crying out for a voice. And we done put a number
This
on it.
hat here represents my second cousin, Terry Brownlee. Soon as I leave here, I got to go to the funeral at Morning Star. But he was my second cousin, and he's a dying breed, Will. Classy guy, very dressed, took care of his 4 kids, worked that craft for 43 years.
Wow.
It don't matter if he wasn't a professor. It don't matter if he wasn't the mayor or the governor. He did what you said. Whatever you do, be the best at it.
Be the best.
43 years on any job is a vote of confidence. And they laying him to rest, and I brung this hat just because him and them Brownlee boys, they kept a hat on. What a class act, man. And I just pray for his family, 3 daughters and his son, and the rest of the brothers. They have my salute on a job well done, a life well lived.
Yeah.
And I'm just praying for the family.
You know, give your family my condolences. You know, like I said, if I don't do funeral,
right,
I don't go.
Right.
You know, because I'm not I've never been that type.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I thank the Lord for my mama, man. Man, I thank the Lord for my mama, man.
What day was she born on? What day was she born on? You want me to tell you?
You tell me.
August 17th. Yeah, we was born on that day, me and Miss Rolene.
You know what? I thank the Lord for my mama because you never know where God gonna take you, man. I could be playing in the yard, and we stayed where you can kind of see Free Will Church. And if everybody know Free Will Church, they got a whole bunch of steps.
Yeah.
And so we would see them old men, and I didn't know who them old men was that was working for the funeral home.
Sir.
But they would get the hearse there, and then they look up them stairs and see all them stairs they got to go up. And my mama say, hey, go over there and help them old men out.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And help get that casket in that church.
Yes, sir.
And I would run over there. I got you. I got you. I help. And I would help them take that casket in there and then run on back home. Who would roll that back almost 50 years later?
Man.
And I'm in the funeral home business.
I look at you knowing the little bit that I've been through, and I must put emphasis on that. But I look at you and I really look up to you because I was in Iraq from April 2004 to January, February 2005. And part of logistics, I was in Seon logistics, and part of logistics is bodies.
Yes, yes.
You know, a body is like a bar of soap once you get over there. You know, and I never really realized it. I know we had to, we call them sets, kits, and outfits, we had to keep body bags on hand, but I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
And so the times that I went in the morgue, man, and Sergeant Ortiz, one of my guys, he was regular supply and I was medical supply. So it was really his show, but I was there. I mean, because it was, we were logistics.
Right.
And so I sometimes I just picture what you go through, because every time you go through, reality is looking you straight in the face. And when you leave there and you looking at the world and you seeing how people are dying, and you still go back in there, and I know it's your profession, but man, that's a ministry in itself.
Hub, one of the things that happened to me on a couple weeks ago, I was doing a funeral, and life is still going on.
Yes, sir.
This family going through, but other families about to go through. And so as life evolving, I'm at the funeral and my phone go off. So I step into the room back, it didn't go off loud because I got it on silent. And I see certain names, when it pop up, I got to answer this call.
You got to answer.
I got to answer this
You
call.
got to answer.
And bam, what's going on, man? and it was one of the city officials. Sean, we need you, man. These young folks off the chain. They off the chain. We got 60 to 100. That's off the chain.
Off the chain. Off the chain.
That's off the chain. 60 to 100. And so, as I had the dialogue with him and I conversate, well, bro, tell me whatever you need. Give me a call back. I'm doing a funeral, and I'll get back with you. So to follow up on it, to find out, we just had the meeting the other day, and we did the dialogue to find out the logistics and the nucleus of what's going on in the schools. And it's happening across Urbana, Centennial, Central, Rantoul, Danville, Decatur, Springfield. Across it's across the state, man. What these young folks going through, man.
Yes, sir. The wilderness.
Crying out for a voice, man. And only way they know how to do it is what they listen to. And what they listen to say, act this way, talk this way, look this way. Got them crying out, but they don't know what the voice that they listening to is a life of destruction. It's the devil seeking who he can devour.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so as he's seeking, he praying on our young folks because he know that's the future. See, you old folks, y'all, whatever you decide to do is what you decide to do.
Sean, I said that last night. I promise I said that last night at the men's conference. Men's conference tomorrow, 4 o'clock, men only. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock, the old love corner. If you want to get delivered from heroin, if you don't like the way you living, I dare you. Emphasis on 16 to 40, because you all are the game changers. Sean, I said, most of us set in our ways. We done already sold our soul, or we done already picked our path. And we just trying to be comfortable.
What my buddy Les Brown say is that we done already compromised.
We done already compromised.
We done already did a deal. We didn't did a deal
with the devil.
We done did a deal already.
Yes, sir.
We done compromised. We said, man, I'm tired of trying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm tired of the struggle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We really didn't commit a suicide, but we ain't going nowhere.
Dead man walking.
That's exactly.
Elder Hunt from Love Corner came in my shop one time, and some guys came in there while he was there. You know, my shop, I just roll. I don't be paying no attention. And so them guys came in and left, and some old guys came in, and probably he was there 2 hours. We were just going back and forth. Probably about 4 sets of guys, young guys, came in there. And before he left, he said, "Can I pray with you?" I said, "Sure, I always want some prayer." And after his prayer, he said, 50 and over, don't even waste your time with them.
Wow.
He said, your ministry is to the youth. And he called them game changers. These old heads are set in their ways. They've already compromised.
You know, and you know what? And so as I was sitting in the meeting,
not all of them, I'm sorry.
And when I was sitting in the meeting, right? So this is the reason why I always break it back down to the household. A tree is known by its fruit. And so as we talking and discussing, the guy said, yeah, man, I dropped one young man off, and it had to been about 12:30. And when I dropped him off, he left my car and jumped into another car and rolled off in front of his house. And I'm thinking to myself, where was his parents at? Who was the guy that he was supposed to check in with? Who was the lady he was supposed to check in with? You ain't checked in to nobody. And it just behooves me, because we throw this huge responsibility on mentorship, huge responsibility on educators, huge responsibility on community leaders. But what is you doing a tree is known by its fruit. See, back in the day, folks cared about what their fruit looked like. You wasn't finna be going over there begging, saying you're hungry.
Yes, sir.
You looked at homeless.
My mama said you better know how to act.
Man, come on. You wasn't finna go in Kmart clowning. You wasn't finna be in Gold Blacks clowning. I'm gonna let y'all know where I'm from. You wasn't finna be in Zayre's clowning.
He said Gold Blacks and Zayre's.
You wasn't finna be showing out in the place. You wasn't finna be at Rich's acting the fool.
Hinkies.
Come on, none of that. You wasn't finna go down to Jeans, Quick Stop, misrepresent.
No.
None of that. You wasn't finna go out there. Back now, nobody at Douglas Center Park while the drum team doing their thing.
The green Douglas Center.
Come on, man.
The green one.
Back now, nobody come back and say, Sean did this.
But you know, Sean, and I love you, and I love that we can be real with one another.
Yeah.
And I got out the Army in 2006, walked right into a coaching job at El Paso. So I've been hearing it's the parents so long that I tune that out because it's a given that it's the parents.
Right.
It's a given that there's problems at home. And the parents, some of the kids raising kids. But I'm past that, Will. I already know some parents ain't doing what they supposed to do. And so when you keep hearing people say it's the parents, it's the parents, it's the parents, that's a given. In geometry over at Urbana High School, they taught me that's a given. In geometry, that's a given. You already know that. That ain't no hypotenuse. And so, but what do we do? Because we know it's the parents, do we throw the baby out with the bathwater, or do we recognize, here's what I did when I was coaching at Central. When they came in at the beginning, I said, how late you get to stay up? One guy said 12 o'clock. One guy said 10 o'clock. One guy said he can go to bed whenever he want. One guy had tattoos. The other people say, Mama won't let him. And I just had a conversation for 30 minutes. And then I wrapped it up. I said, y'all hear all the difference that goes on in each house? If I let y'all run this, we'll have 15 sets of rules if I run it the way your mom and daddy want me to run it. So I ain't going to be able to do that one because we can't have no. And so our word was one standard. And the reason that I was so successful, and I always been successful as a coach, because I ain't got but one standard. I had an athletic director call me and say, why'd you leave his kids? And they was two of the most polished kids because they came in sandals, flip-flops, and sweatsuits, and we going to Joliet. And I said, business casual. You ain't got to wear no shirt and tie because we going all the way to Jersey, but you got to be business casual, which means a polo and some slacks or jeans. And so when we got ready to go and they came in, I said, call your mama.
Don't want to follow the rules.
And the other guys knew that they were polished, well-to-do kids. So on the bus ride, you know what I heard them whisper? Man, Coach Hub ain't playing. He didn't let them go. And these was some well-to-do. I ain't got but one standard. And man, when kids know you ain't got but one standard and you like a tree planted by the water, you ain't gonna be moved, man, they gonna adhere to that standard.
You know, Brother Hub,
but when you do this for them and do this and treat this one this way and treat this one, man, these kids are sharper than a double-edged razor.
Oh yeah, definitely. You definitely gotta have some integrity and character with these young people to be able to get over, to be able to relay the message to them, so that they absorb the message.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so, man, I'm telling you, I don't know about y'all because y'all so holiness and sanctified and filled with this and this and that. I go out. You know what I'm saying? So I went out last night. Man, the amount of love I get from these young folks, because I've been knowing them from a baby, man. And when I see them, you know, it ain't all about shaking it and doing this. It's just a social. Just to give them some love. And so as I was hugging on them and all these guys, it keep my street cred good. You know, I got a hood pass. I ain't never throwing my hood pass
You
away.
can't.
I ain't
You can't,
never
'cause it
throwing.
made you. How you gonna throw away what made you?
I ain't never throwing my hood pass.
How is you gonna throw away what made you, man? You the reason you are. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't take the green apartments, Lakeside Terrace. I wouldn't. It's a reason why. It's a reason why I can.
I love them people, man.
Come on, man.
I love them people, man. And when I say the hood, the community.
Yeah.
The community.
Yes, sir.
I love the community.
Yes,
man.
sir.
I love the Champaign-Urbana, the Decatur, the Danville.
Yes, sir.
I love the community, man.
Yes,
when we all get together. What a time, man.
Yeah.
If you got the right environment, the right people, the right spirit.
Yes, sir.
See, when I go into it light the room up, man. I come with the right spirit. I ain't mad at nobody. I don't care if you talked about
Plus, you're successful.
Come on, man.
And you ain't selling no dope. You're a successful black man, and you're doing it the right way.
But you know, Hub, you know, when I stayed on Hickory Street, and folks looked at me crazy.
So you can tell when Sean home because his feet hanging out the window, because his bedroom's so small.
Because my house was so small.
Come on, man. How you like me now?
Come on, man. You know, God is amazing.
He's amazing.
He's amazing if you tap in. You know, but one of the things about a hub, when we go back to these young folks and go back to substance, and I wouldn't even say young folks, I would say people, period, man. You got to give me something to work with.
Give me something to work with.
So when these counselors, these social workers, I did something over at the unemployment office, you know, and we don't call it unemployment office, we call it working at now. You know, we don't call it unemployment office. You know, we try to put a spin on everything now. So you know,
you putting a spin on everything.
We don't say garbage man, no more. We call it sanitation worker. You know,
hey, you putting a spin on it, and everybody dizzy.
Man. You know, and so and ain't helping nobody.
Ain't helping nobody,
you know
man.
So when I did that, and what they would say over there, it's just come with something. Give me a little something to work with. And so as I look back on to the people that we try to service and the people that we try to help, give me a little something, man. So when I go back to my young folks, when I say a tree is known by its fruit, you got to teach them. What we did in the military is the first order of business was to go to basic training, and basic training was to build us up, was to break us down and build us up. Teach you the things that you might have not been taught at the house. So whether if it was fixing your bed, whether if it was tying your shoes, whether if it was knowing what a good look looked like. You know, we went down there and we learned how to hurry up and wait. It taught us patience. So, you know, right now, even to today, people say, Sean, how did you deal with that? Because the military taught me patience.
Yes,
I know how to hurry up and wait.
Yes, sir. Because here's the thing, the colonel say, be there 15 minutes prior.
Yeah.
The lieutenant colonel add 15 minutes on it. And then the captain add 15 minutes on it. Then the first sergeant add 15 minutes on it. And then the platoon sergeant add 15. Everybody trying to cover. So you there hour 15 because nobody had the wisdom to say the man already built the windshield wipers for the storming man. You know what I'm saying? But I want to reverse. You said get the people something to work with. And this is what the Holy Spirit brought to mind. Sean, I was in El Paso, Texas, and had an AAU team. This was before I got out the Army. And I had an AAU team. And we raised $10,000, $9,700 in 3 weeks to come here. And the 10 Verdell Jones Fort Sweet Camp. You had a restaurant at the time. We went there, and we went to United Center, and some of the kids, Hispanic and everything, they was crying because they had never been out of Texas.
Yeah.
But one thing that I always had, Sean, was my own. I didn't never ask nobody for nothing. So when I got to J.W. Ader and I walked in the building, thank God for Miss Boscolo, who God used to bring me there when she got the assistant principal job. I salute her because now she's going to Highland, Illinois, to be the assistant principal and athletic director, which was what she always wanted. Man, I'm so proud of her because she paid her dues at Urbana, went to Ader. And so, but once I got there and I saw one black female in the building, I was like, whoa, we got all these African-American kids. And so God gave me the vision of the program, but I was coaching at Urbana, so I didn't want to do it. So I waited till March till the season was over. But Sean, I came in there and I told the principal what I wanted to do, and he was worried about money. I said, I don't need no money from y'all. Everybody else had a stipend. The man didn't even offer me a stipend at that time, and it's no disrespect to him. He didn't think no kids of that nature. I took 20% of the kids that was causing 80% of the behavior problems. Them the kids that I invited to come. So he didn't think they were gonna come, you know, because they had been clowning. But he came, he said, Mr. Burnett, how's it going? I said, Mr. Green is going good. We have 15 kids. Really? Yeah. I said, Mr. Green ain't gonna show up. And so before the year was over, we had 30. But my point is, I had my own. I didn't ask nobody for nothing. So when you don't ask nobody for nothing, but permission to hold it, it's kind of hard for them not to say no, because you trying to help them and it ain't charging. And so, from the time Keywan Carrington died, and I got on your coattail, and I give you the credit, because I had just moved back here, and I was holding on to your coattail, and I was going to every meeting you went to. But my 20 years told me, man, these leaders are asleep at the wheel. Half from sleep up the wheel, the other half going along to get along. This not gonna work. And I told you that day, I said, man, it's the leadership. If it's a miss, a little miss, If it's a little miss in the pulpit, by the time it make it to the congregation, it's a fog in the pew.
Man.
And so my point is, man, you got to have your own.
So
let me finish. You got to have your own if you want to make real change. Otherwise, you just a puppet on the string, and they gonna let you do what they think. I had a guy, and I ain't gonna mention his name, but he got a head coaching job in this community. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't at a regular school. I already told it. It was at a private school. Mm-hmm. And I told him, they hired you. Mm-hmm. Why would you go in there conform to what's been happening? They hired you because you did things different. I'm already going in, know most people I'm going to rub the wrong way because they got a certain mindset that they want to do things, but I know it's wrong. I'm sitting there and know what you're doing is wrong.
Hey, I always tell my African-American educators this right here. It's a reason why Sador's High School ain't hiring you. Because they ain't got nobody that look like you. So it's a reason why you at Urbana.
So why would you want to go there and try to be like them?
Come on, man. If they called you,
right,
you ought to know your purpose.
Kid,
you ought to automatically know your purpose.
When dude called you, you said, "I got you."
You ought to automatically know your purpose.
So you get in there and you.
The city wouldn't call me.
Mm-hmm.
You always told me that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The city wouldn't call me if they didn't need me.
Mm-hmm.
The schools wouldn't call me if they didn't need me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the wilderness crying out for a voice. They need some help, man.
Yeah. Well, I go back to the lady.
They've tried so many different things.
Remember the lady at the youth detention center?
Cried out on Facebook.
I followed up on that. And people that's in those positions, they didn't want no help. I'm not saying she didn't, but I tried to go through the proper channels.
Let me tell you, it's so many politics.
Yeah, man.
It's so,
Yeah, but that's the reason we're in the shape we're in now.
And so the wilderness crying out for a voice, but I'm gonna tell you, to be able to help the people that's crying out.
Yes, sir.
We put so many blockages in the way.
Yes, sir.
To be able to give them that, pull them up.
Yes, sir.
Because people get paid off other folks' dysfunctionality.
Yes, sir.
And so it's many politics playing.
Yes, sir.
We just can't reach down and grab you and pull you on up.
Yes, sir.
You got to go this way, this way, this way. We done went 900 miles that way just to get to Rantoul.
Yes, sir.
That's 15 miles this way.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And so that's
it's gonna connect.
That's the way it be. And it's so sad. It's so sad that we got to go all the way this way, 900 miles down south just to get this way.
Yes, sir.
It's so sad.
Hustling backwards.
That's what you call it, hustling back. And so when we talk about the wilderness is crying out for a voice, I reflect back to a young man, and when I think back on it, it's hurting people. And we don't address these issues, because as I look back on what Julia said at one of the school meetings that we had, Julia Reese, our state's attorney, she said, the only person in the courtroom to help either side, whether if it's the prosecution or the defense for the members of the families, is me. And I'm going back there with the mother, because she said normally with these defendants or the person I'm prosecuting, it's mothers, it's grandmothers. It's aunts. And so she got to go back there and console. So we got nobody to sit there, no mediation group that comes in and say, well, I know this big trial is going on. So when I think about that, I think about young man, Tyrone Franklin, Robert Brown. And so I did the funeral for Tyrone's brother. We did it at Pastor Simmons' church. Okay.
Did Jordan speak there?
I think I had, I had Jordan speak at that funeral. I had Jordan do the funeral because, anytime I'm in charge.
I salute you. That's leadership.
Anytime I'm
you
in
gotta
charge.
know. You gotta know when you need reality or entertainment.
When I'm doing these young folks' funerals, I'm calling Jordan. Because in the door.
In the door.
He come out and he say, I'm just like you. I'm 22. I'm 23. I'm just like you. I had the same things going on in my mind you got going on in your mind.
But that's leadership.
But let me tell you how I handle it.
Yes, sir.
So I always use Jordan because he off the chain. And if any of you guys out there and you got an opportunity, man, bring Jordan on. I recommend you bring Jordan Simmons on.
He's a
Pastor Simmons' son, Pastor Jordan Simmons.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Man, he's a great young man.
Yes, sir.
Great young man,
yes,
off
sir.
the chain.
Yes, sir.
But anytime I do one of these young funerals,
yes, sir.
I'm calling him.
Yes, sir. That's leadership, though.
I'm calling him because I need somebody to it. I don't need nobody to put nobody to sleep. I don't need nobody to put nobody in heaven or hell.
So are you telling me the buddy system is not in effect?
It's not in effect.
You looking more at the situation and what these people need, man, instead of hooking your buddy up.
Man, come on, man. I'm trying to knock down 2-3 birds at one stone, man. I'm trying to help the school out. I'm trying to help the city issue out. I'm trying to do everything at one moment. Because it's a reason why God pulled this precious flower out the community and laid them down. It's a reason why Terry Brownlee laying in front of this congregation today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a reason why.
Sir. Yes, sir.
We got to figure the reason.
Yes, sir. Individually.
We got to be the one that's figure it out.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
Death teach you how to live, man. It teaches something. So when I sit back and I looked at Tyrone and I'm looking at him and we grab him at the funeral to go get his brother, to go look at his brother. I get him out the car. You know, all these young folks out here distraught. We should have had a whole lot of people in there just to deal with young folks. Just to deal with young folks in grief.
I ain't gonna even bring up Miel funeral.
Just to deal with, man, you're gonna make me cry. Just to deal with young folks in grief, man. Because I just texted his mama last night, late night. I told her I miss her son 8 years later, man.
But my point was, what a captive audience, man, to take advantage.
So when we do it, just don't be just doing something. What you call it? Going on to get along?
Yeah, going along to get along.
Going along just to get along.
Checking the block.
You know, just
because you got to check God's block in the end.
Because
these other blocks don't matter, Will.
So when I tried to address that and I brought the young man, I knew he was hurt, man. And when I was dealing with these young folks with the schools and I was talking to this panel of people, I said, man, it's a whole dynamics. It's a whole lot of dynamics to play on the reason why that young man doing what he doing, man. It's a whole lot going on to make up this person that's sitting in front of this courtroom, or this person that's sitting inside this detention center, or this person that's sitting inside this issue that's going on.
What do you think? This is a loaded question. What do you think? Because this is how my mind think. What do you think the city would say, and the school district would say, if we come to them and say we want to buy Booker T. Washington and we want to buy Douglas Center, and we'll handle these issues? What do you think they would say?
You know what I would. Because
that's the vision.
You know what, Hub, and what God just downloaded quickly in my spirit is this. It's nothing that we need to purchase. The wilderness is crying out for a voice.
But if we protect it,
listen to me. The wilderness is crying out for a voice.
Yeah.
What we gotta do, either you get with it, or you get gone.
Yes, sir.
You get with it.
Yes, sir.
Because we understand, man. When you look at when you see true pain, man. Some of y'all ain't never had true pain. When my buddy Miel passed away, man, and I was at Carl Hospital, it was a sadness and a overwhelming part of me that left that day along with him. A gut-wrenching, something deep down, that cry. And I've heard it from multiple people doing these funerals, man, where it's unexplainable. The amount of that man, I remember myself just, I could not believe it. It was overwhelming. So when I look into the pain, when I was sitting inside my barbershop and I'm looking out this window and I'm looking at this pure young lady, as a young lady, just trying to live life as a young lady. And then all this life, just over the next year or two, just catch on to it. Now she forced to be a grown woman. I'm looking at this young man that's pure, man.
That's powerful.
I'm looking at this young. I'm looking at little young Buster that's in his grave today.
In his grave.
I'm looking at Jay Sean before Keywan even happened. And I'm looking at him and they say, Sean, can I watch your TV? They were young boys. This tall. Down there in my shop,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Sean, can I
Yes, sir.
watch your TV?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, young man. You can sit right here and watch TV. And they sat there for hours and hours watching the TV.
I remember you asked me to go pray for a family right around the corner from Salem. I don't remember what funeral it was. But man, they was in droves. And when we pulled up, they all kind. And it reminded me of, not American Gangster, but the Malcolm X movie.
That was Buster funeral.
Yeah, it reminded me of a Malcolm X movie. Man, how everybody got out the car, and in the movie, they was like, man, that's too much power for a black man. When you walked out the car, man, just everybody. And most of these people were in the wilderness.
Hood. It was my people.
And so I said, oh my God. We on to something. That's why I can't compromise. I love everybody. I really do. And I know I rub some people the wrong way because I'm supposed to rub you the wrong way. I'm going to give you this. I said I wasn't going to get my lick back, but I'm going to give you this. Here's the mindset. Let me do a commercial for about 2 minutes. So I got a not-for-profit called Not On My Watch. So everywhere I go, every time I'm ref, oh my God, I got about 30 refs who is in my tree. It's referees in my tree, they don't even know they in my tree. They hating on me, but they in my tree. Because when I came here in 93 to be an Army recruiter, I introduced them to the game. And so I applaud them, man. It's about 30, 40 guys in my tree. And so I got tired. The Lord said, it's some people that might put down the sacks.
Yeah.
They might start selling dope if they can realize that they can make $2,000 or $3,000 a game at college level. Yeah, it's gonna take a couple of years. And so the Lord had me do a referee camp. Out of 15 people that showed up, only 2 are refereeing.
Yeah.
But if I could show you the text message that they text, the Facebook post, because they feel good. Now fast forward, the same time I was doing the camp, the Park District, the guy who hired the referees, run the referees, he retired.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at, man, this is the perfect fit for me to be able to really use refereeing as a ministry, females and males. You can make $300 or $400 a week.
But you know what, Hub? Once you tap into God, everything that our mandate is to go out and reach other people, bring people into the kingdom, talk to them, spread the word, spread the goodness of Jesus Christ. That's our mandate.
But let me finish.
But see, so many times.
Let me finish.
Go and get your lick. Go and get your lick. Go and get your lick, man.
And so I got to get my lick. And so the guy that was doing the hiring was supposed to be a friend of mine. Supposed to be. So it should have been an open and shut case.
Yeah.
They even came, him and his 2 guys, they even came to the referee clinic. They saw with their own eyes.
Yeah.
So when I never got a call back that I got hired, it took me, it allowed me to zone in on what's really going on.
Yeah.
They really not trying to fix it. That's why I'm so adamant about us having our own.
Well, you know,
because Sean,
you know the power in the mic.
Yeah, but it should have been a no-brainer. This brother on his own, paying his money, is trying to get kids off the. And then I went to another section. Hey, you think you guys want to donate to this? This is what we ain't got no money for adults. If you got doing something for the kids, I can give you something for the kids. And so it trust me, I promise it don't upset me one bit. But it allows me to know what I'm dealing with. These people don't have a clue, and they in key positions.
Hey.
Either they don't have a clue or they don't care.
Hey.
Either one, I can't sit back. Man, why you busting folks out? Man, I can't sit back. Man, I got to expose this.
Hey, Hub. So what? Look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a Donald Trump. I'm gonna change my opinion all at one TV show.
Yes, sir.
'Cause that's the way Donald Trump. He'll tell you one thing, then do something different.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me tell you all of it in one TV show.
Yes, sir.
I did say you got to change them. But you can't change grown people.
You can't.
You can't change people that's already set.
No.
That's getting greed, getting their palms greed.
Yeah.
See, I never knew until I went into this meeting, you know, because I'm in here just volunteering my time. I'm just here to volunteer my time and help people. But these other folks, they told me in a meeting, it's 12, these kids represent $12,000
and that's all that's on their mind. That's all that's on
$12,000 a kid. I did some math on 60 kids, right? And I came up with, like, last night, I came up with like
$720,000.
I came up with $720,000.
Yeah, you know we know how to count now.
I'm looking like
one thing we do. What's his name again?
Yusuf.
Yusuf, we know how to count. One thing, man, we know how to count, man. And we count fast. It don't take us long to add up.
Okay, so
let them know.
$720,000. This is a huge issue.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the Dow Jones will be upset.
Yes, sir.
The people that run that, if all of a sudden they lost $720 million overnight.
Yes, sir.
So when a small school district the size of ours, you lose 60 kids. And they all run toward the JoJo and them and Buster and them, Doo-Bop and knew all them. And they say, hey, I ain't with y'all no more. Y'all ain't teaching me nothing. I'm going over here and get with this other camp. But the other side, but the sad part about that is that the penitentiary is paying 40-some thousand, $40,000 to $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
A person.
I'm a chunk of bricks.
So it's all about a lot of people get paid for the dysfunctionality.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know,
sir.
what we want to try to do.
And I ain't mad at them getting paid. Just do what you're supposed to do. Because some of them kids, some of them 60 kids, they in the mentor program right now.
You know,
you hear me?
A lot of times, is that because I want to try to help.
Yeah.
I really want to try to help.
Yes, sir.
I just don't like to see the pain.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't like pain. I like so like my buddy that called me and said, "Hey, look, my wife passed away.
Yes, sir.
What I want to do is ease the pain.
Yeah.
I want to be able to use my expertise because that's why God had me go through. That's why God had me lose 5, 6 brothers and a sister and a dad and my best friend.
Your best friend.
It taught me through the process.
Yes, sir.
How to help somebody else. You know, when all the guys said, you going to cosmetology school, use a this and this and this and this and this. You know, really saying I was...
Right.
You know,
but even
you know
before then, your teacher at Urbana said you wasn't going to be nothing.
But you know what? And my teacher at Urbana said I wasn't going to be. But you know what? I went in there and I learned how to do nails. I learned how to do manicures and I know how to do massages. I learned how to roller set. I learned how to do all that. So when I had somebody supposed to show up at the funeral home to curl this lady hair, and you know what God told me? I sent you to school for that.
I sent you to school for that.
You know what I went right down to Utah and bought me a whole curling iron set and laid it out, and the family said, man, Mom looks so great. And I did it myself. Sometimes you got to do it yourself. That's why it's good to have your own. That's why I roll back on. You know, yeah, it's good to put the pressure on people. It's good to go out there and try to make them stand up to a certain standard and all. But you got the highest standard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to set the standards for yourself. And when you got your own, you got the mic.
Yes, sir.
When you got your own mic, you can deliver the message,
and you know what? I can do kids anywhere.
Man.
I've done my Facebook friends are in the military. I've been doing kids for 30 years, and I've always had the key ingredients, which is genuine concern. GC. When I was in the Army recruiter, I was a top recruiter out of 3 states, 480 recruiters. I was number 1. And my colonel said, "What is it? What is it that you have? What book are you studying?" I said, "Man, it's genuine concern." He said, "I wish I could bottle up," and I ain't changing because, son, if I die right now, I'm at peace because I know I'm doing what the Lord say to do. I might not do it. The spirit of pettiness might get in me every now and then. I ain't there yet. I ain't trying to be there yet. But I know that my heart is right. 12,000 a kid, I'm doing it for free in Rantoul right now. I'm doing it for free. I ain't charging nobody nothing.
But you know what? Really, we ain't. Really, God is going to give us the increase. And that's the way it's supposed to happen.
That's my point, Sean.
And that's the way it's supposed to happen.
That's my point,
you know,
Sean.
I mean, you look up, times get tough. You done pray with me a many a days.
Come on, man.
You done prayed with me a many a days.
Man. Come on.
You know, when things that got tough for me, man.
Come on. And you done called me the next day.
It look good on the outside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because, you know, you never see me sweat. You know, I'm good under pressure.
Yes, sir.
I'm good under pressure.
You at your best. You at your best. Because you know who to call on, King Jesus.
Hey, I'm good under pressure.
Yes, sir.
But you know, I done had some tough days,
yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, and so I done called and we done prayed together.
Yes, sir.
And next thing you know,
yes, sir.
It'll shift.
Yes, sir.
It's a shift.
Things
a shift.
Boy, don't you start
Things shift for you, you know.
Yes,
and so what I tell you is, man, when you're going through something, don't worry about it.
Yes, sir.
Because so many of us scared of the process.
Yes, sir.
We don't want to go through the process, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, change comes with a process, man.
Sir.
When you, like we talked about my buddy passing away, I talked about my buddy's wife passing away,
sir.
You talked about Terry passing away.
Yes, sir.
That is a process,
man.
That's
a process. That's a process.
And it's something good gonna come out of that process, man.
Sir.
You just gotta be able to go through the process, man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
You
the wilderness.
Man, that when these young folks going through, I'm telling them, man, my grandma used to say, just keep on living.
Just keep on living.
Just keep on living.
Yes, sir.
She'd tell me, just keep on living.
Yes,
you don't want to hear nothing.
Yes, sir.
You're hard-headed.
Yeah, just keep on living.
Hard-headed make a...
Soft behind. Yes, sir. They wouldn't say it like that.
But keep on living.
Yes, sir.
Because she knew that it's a process.
It's a process.
And some of us gonna get it early, and some of us gonna get it late. And I just told all these people on this table that was at that panel, great wisdom. And they genuinely got a great concern because they didn't have to. You know, because what one of the young ladies...
Well, I'm sure money's behind it too, though. But come on, let's keep it 100.
Money might be behind.
It's got to be behind it.
But at the same time... Because
you just told me 12,000 a key.
But at the same time, some people, money ain't everything. Well, you know, if you keep getting on my nerves every day...
Well, you're disrupting class. Let me tell you something.
You throw that money away because you can get some new money.
Let me tell you something.
So when we dealing with some of these issues, because some of these people are very wise people that was on this panel, man, and I honor
educators,
and I honor them because of the fact that they paused, because a lot of times we so quick to throw people away, man. We throwing lives away. And so when we throw them, and I tell you like this.
But if your car stops, you got to pause.
Well, you do, and get a new car.
Get it fixed. Take it a motor mile.
Get it fixed or get a new car.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of times what we do is we pass the buck, man.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I say that, because I just talked to, I think it was you or somebody I was talking to about how we pushed people from the inner city of Champaign, and we pushed our problem to East Urbana. And I call it the island.
Zone 6 is what the police
I call it the island.
Zone 6.
Because if you ask anybody in town and say, hey, man, they won't even say it without saying it like this. Hey, man, take me over in Urbana, man. And they'd be like, take you over in Urbana? Man, I'm not taking you over in Urbana. And we right here, that's 10 minutes away. But nobody want to go wade over in Urbana. Nobody want to.
It's ministry all over there.
Come on, man.
It's ministry all over there. You know,
we said it earlier, it's material everywhere.
Let me share with you why I have to be how I am. And I rub you the wrong way sometimes, but we get over it. I'm 53 years old.
Yes, sir.
Retired military. Got a clothing store. I coach, and I referee. And probably for 6 years, my mom told me I need to go back to school, get my teacher certification. I wasn't trying to hear that. I'm straight. But when Miss Boscola convinced me to go to J.W. Ader, and I saw with my own eyes, because I was really administrator. I didn't get paid, but I was really a dean. They called me a student administrative manager, but I was in charge of all discipline. And so when I saw what was going on with my own eyes, Now catch this, see, as a substitute teacher or in charge of ISS in Texas, I was in charge of ISS, and I did a little the other school.
ISS, in-school suspension.
ISS in-school position, but they got another, the bad kids. I can't remember, but it's a whole different school. Alternative. I did alternative for 2 years. But working at
we called it special ed.
Right. Working at J.W. Ader allowed me to see it from administrative. So I'm looking at some teachers that ain't got it all the way together. When 19 kids come in here and say the same thing about the teacher and they different colors, it ain't all the kids. So now God allowed me to go to the architect suite. And that's why I'm driving down to Eastern. That's why last semester my store wasn't ever open. Because it wasn't about that money. That money ain't going nowhere. I've been doing this for 15 years. I ain't gonna never go out of business because my real customers call me.
But you know what, Hub? The real thing in that is being educated and learning everything that you need to know to be able to help the people that you help.
Exactly. And so Arthur Cover.
So many people in your position, they get caught up on the fact that now they can put the PhD in front of their name.
Right.
They get caught up on just those.
See, I got a PhD out of Dunbar Court when I was 18
they get caught up on just that part. It ain't the information that they learn to be able to regurgitate it to bring somebody to be able to help the wilderness. You getting the information to help the wilderness.
And like right now, you could go into that school as administrator. Right now, I'm telling you what I lived. I ain't telling you what I read in no Bible. No. You could go in that school right now as administrator and make stuff happen. And kids respond, and catch this, teachers respond. I had a 7th grade team of teachers email me and said, we want to sit down with you and ask you how you doing what you doing. And I wasn't certified and they knew I wasn't. So you could do it right now. But because you don't have the education piece, you don't have the piece of paper, they say you can't. And so
that's called job protection. They protecting their job.
It's fair. But what it let me know, man, let me go get this piece of paper. Because I'm looking at what dude doing. I could do that. I'm doing that now.
But Hub, I'm gonna tell you this here right here. That's why.
But it ain't their fault that I didn't have the paper.
Jesus.
So I'm going to get the paper.
You know what, Hub? That's why I don't look toward, because the process, their process is so difficult. See, what you talking about, the problem that they having, it's the reason why they ought to outsource me. See, what we're gonna call it, what we gonna call it is consulting.
Right, consulting.
And it's gonna come with a fee.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Because my time is precious.
Look
okay,
here,
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go help you. And my mama said, man, she said, Sean, as much as you done did around here, they owe you, man.
But how long I've been telling you that? Be honest. We telling the world.
I'm keeping it real. They owe you, man. But you know what? My biggest reward come from God, man. Man, it's some days, man, that God did some amazing things in my life, man, and He steady continuously to show out.
Yeah,
He continuously to show out. So I'm gonna tell you, because you got to be able to, you got Amber need a little something. So I got to be able to hit them with a little something.
Right.
You know, Sprint ain't cheap.
Yeah.
You got to hit them with a little something, and they don't make the phone last that long.
Right.
So you got to get a new one every now and then.
Right.
So you got to have a little bread in your hand.
That's right.
Bread make the world go around.
Sir.
So you need a little bread. So
romance without finances.
So don't get to telling me you don't need no bread. You need some bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know
so
what?
I'm gonna keep that 100. But at the same time, God gonna give me the increase, man.
Yeah.
And so one thing about it, Hub, I ain't been to school.
Yeah.
And a bunch of guys.
Well, you went to a lot of military schools.
I ain't been to no college.
Yeah. Yes, you have, because the military schools is worth college credits.
Well, okay. So if you want to say that,
no, that's the truth.
And I got real life experience.
Yes, sir.
Real life experience, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm a Williams,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Through and through.
Yes, sir.
Through and through.
Yes, sir.
I might not act like it sometimes.
Yes, sir.
You might not see me blow up sometimes.
Yes, sir.
But I got all of them. I got all them attributes.
Yes, sir.
And I've been around all that training.
Yes, sir.
All of it was training, man.
Yes, sir.
It was all a process, man. And so when I learned all them things, each one of my brothers had their own unique personality, man. So it was 12 of them, man.
We got 5 minutes?
Man, we done went.
We ain't even really hit the wilderness like we want to hit it.
We got to do a part 2.
Yeah, but God took this another different way. Because this ain't how we plan this to go.
Right. So you just got to let God move, man.
Yes, sir.
And but every one of them had their own unique personality, and I learned a little something about every one of them. And what they did is taught me about how the community was, how people on the street was. And you know what I learned how to do? I roll with the punches, man. I just go with the flow.
This is what I challenge you to do. We're working with these kids in Champaign-Urbana. Keep your motives pure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And don't have no hidden agenda.
Yes, sir.
And I always keep the kids first. And I'm a living witness.
Yes, sir.
In the next 3 weeks, my website will be done. My trademark for my logo is paid in full. The
Yes, sir.
attorney's been paid in full.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to set up a program in Rantoul this summer that's going to blow the doors. And so, and ain't no grant, I ain't had not one grant. The school ain't gave me a dime. God has provided. And I'm telling you, he gonna provide for you.
Oh, yeah.
And we ain't in the business of getting pimped.
Yeah.
We ain't in the business of getting pimped. You gotta be wise as a serpent.
Because people run you,
Yeah.
man.
Well, they've already
People
done.
will run you rapid. They have you going from meeting. You be chasing your tail, man. You be going to meeting after meeting after meeting, man, and ain't accomplished nothing,
Shame
man.
on you if you let them use you some more.
Yeah.
Because
man.
they have used you since
will.
I hit the ground in 2008.
People will.
And they'll use you. They'll use your ideas. Did you hear what I said? They'll use your ideas.
Man,
let me say that one more time. They'll use your ideas.
Look. You see right now, Champaign-Urbana, they got a basketball tournament going on.
That's you.
During Champaign-Urbana. I paid out my pocket for 18 years.
Yes, sir.
It was days that I couldn't even hardly pay my power bill. And my ex-wife said, she said, we can't afford to do that.
Right.
And I said, we got to do it.
We got to do it.
We got to do it.
The people depended on it.
We got to do it.
But you know what?
Now they have an issue with Springfield, Danville, Decatur, Rantoul getting along. When we brought all them people, we solved that issue a long time ago.
Sir, they was all coming in.
And because you ain't mandated with that, God didn't give you the plan. Now all you doing is something just to be able to say you did something.
Well, no. They saw one week, one Champaign-Urbana day was 3 days long. And here's what I remember about it. They had a party at the right off of Kirby and Neal, that hotel. Mm-hmm. And they had 3 levels. And my mom then was on one level. The young kids was on another level.
Townsend put it together.
And we was and my mom then were there.
Oh man.
And my mom going to senior citizen trip and won't go in the casino.
Oh,
Her and my dad, they not going.
Oh man, we had a blast.
And man,
that was the best Champaign-Urbana day ever.
That's when they saw, man, these black folks are on.
And they sent somebody that looked like me and you to come to me and say, hey man, man, they want to really make you part of the program and we can really help you out.
And they literally took the program. Oh, it's an insurance waiver and all that. Come on, man.
They snatched the program.
They snatched it, man.
They snatched the program from you. Now they got the program.
And so we got to get it back. My prayer, if the Lord leave me here in this town, we need to buy Douglas Center, and we need to buy Washington School, and we need to say we got this. And if they really pure, if they motives are pure, and they really for kids, and we're proving that we're morally. I'm not saying just let anybody do it, but as long as the group come to them and they moral and they for the kids and you see a track record, I'm building a track record right now.
Hub. And so as we get ready to close on the program, when you seeing
we need to buy Douglas Center.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And Washington School.
I'm gonna tell you something. When you see, and you really see the pain that's in these young folks' eyes, these old folks' eyes, and you see the wilderness crying out for a voice. Harden not your heart.
Harden not your heart.
Harden not your heart.
Come on, bootleg.
Harden not your heart.
Come on, Reverend Bootleg.
Open up the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing. We won't have room enough to receive. And that's what you're supposed to do. Automatically, off the top, you're supposed to open up.
Yeah.
We ain't got to go buy nothing.
Yeah.
You already got it.
Yeah.
How we going to buy what we got?
Yeah.
It's like the bank owning your house, and then they going to go buy the house. Yeah. Why they got to buy that? They own the house.
Yes, sir.
God got to buy what we already own.
That's good. I love that.
He already got it.
Help me, son. Help me.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Open up the windows of heaven to pour us out a blessing we don't have room enough to receive, man.
Sir.
And that's what's supposed to happen, We ain't got to rebuy nothing. Man, reclaim what the devil done took from us.
Sir. Yes, sir.
The devil done took it from us, man.
Yes, sir.
And they came in a wolf in sheep clothing. Somebody that looked like us. Betrayed us, man. I told you that a couple Sundays ago. Man, folks done betrayed us, man. Done betrayed this community, man. Then hoodwinked us.
Hoodwinked and bamboozled.
Hoodwinked us, man.
But you know what?
Came in with false pretenses, man.
I promise.
People getting paid off so much dysfunctionality, man. That's a second segment.
Personally,
man, come on, man.
I promised God that I wouldn't leave because He told me to take His hand.
Man, we need soldiers, man.
And let me say this, but He promised me that I wouldn't rot. So I know he ain't gonna. If he leave me here, I know he ain't gonna ride. So we gotta work while it's day.
You know what, Hub? We got 1 minute left, and I'm gonna close it out on this here. I appreciate y'all tuning in to us. Appreciate everybody. I see Jordan's brother over here. He finna get it in over here on the segment. But before we close it out, all you got in life is your dash.
The dash.
So as you get ready to go to this service today, you can tell what his life represents when you go to that service today. Because you're going to see well wishes, family members, people that travel, highways and byways, because of that dash.
That dash. Terry Brownlee.
Whether if you young or old, man,
Terry Brownlee.
Make sure that dash represents something, man. It's between that birth date and that death date. Make sure that in between, you did a little something. So as we close it out, man, I sure appreciate everybody tuning. Brother Hub, man, it's been real, man. I appreciate it. Yusuf, you the man, man.
Yusuf, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, the corner of Bradley and 4th Street. Men, if you want to... Hey, if you want your life to change, I double dog dare you to show up to this men conference tomorrow. It ain't gonna be no entertainment. Ain't gonna be no entertainment. Ain't gonna be nothing but the word of God. But we gonna have instructions on how to bring this community back together. I need all leaders there.
We gotta go, bro. Hey, thank you for another episode of
Let the Truth Be Told.
Peace.
Peace.